Hey, Steve Gumash here. Welcome to another edition of Chef Knives to Go Quick Look product reviews, and this time we are looking at the Kurosaki AS Bunka 165mm knife. This line of knives has a core steel of Aogami or blue paper super steel, which is Hitachi reactive high carbon steel. They take this steel to about 62 Rockwell, so they don't push it super hard on the heat treat, which gives you a little more durability and forgiveness. The construction is a soft stainless cladding over the top of each side of that core steel for a 3-layer sandwich, and then they coat that stainless cladding with a Kurosaki or blacksmith finish for some additional aesthetics and corrosion resistance. The weight on the blade is quite light at 135 grams, 4.8 ounces. And these samples will vary a little bit because they're from knife to knife because they're handmade, but this particular one's about 160 millimeters on the edge and about 12.2 inches overall. The spine thickness of this one coming out of the handle above the chin or the back of the blade on the edge is about 3.5 millimeters, and again, these are going to vary. And then that shrinks down pretty quick and then holds that thickness like a Nikiti would, and then you make the turn at that reverse tanto point and then come down into the grind of the knife. We'll show you a close-up of that. The spine, you can see that's a good shot of it. Most spines for these Kurosaki knives, they leave the finish on there so it's a black finish, but this one they've actually polished it nicely and put a satin finish on it, and that's kind of just makes it pop, so it's a cool effect. I really like that effect. It's a neat little touch. The handle on these, or sorry, we didn't do the height, did we? 47.5 millimeters the height, and the handle on these is an octagonal rosewood with a black packerwood ferrule. This particular handle's got some nice figure on the rosewood. It's a really cool looking handle. Real cool fit and finish, very smooth all the way through. Nice handle install. And about 3 inches circumference here where the ferrule and wood junction meets, so about average size. The shape is a curve coming out of the handle neck into the choil or back of the blade, and you've got a great spot there for a pinch grip. So you can grip this back here. There's a few different grips you can do on this, but it really accommodates a pinch grip very, very nicely. Balance point is a little behind a true pinch grip because the handle is made out of slightly denser wood than like hoe wood, and also the blade's pretty small and light. So really, I mean, super flickable and nimble feel to this blade. Let's get a close-up look. This line of knives has gotten some very good feedback from some of the professionals on the Chef Knives to Go forums. They praise it for its performance, edge retention, the heat treat on the steel, the sharpenability, and just a general, fit and finish and durability of the knife, within the scope of what Japanese knives do. So these do have a nice chiseled kanji on them. It's filled in a little bit by the Kurosaki finish, but it is definitely there. And the finish itself, the Kurosaki finish, is pretty smooth. It's matte, but it's pretty smooth. And then you can really see where the grind of the knife starts down towards the edge. Super easy to see on there is where the grind starts, and it's kind of a sharp shoulder. It's not real curved or gentle, but it does make for good food separation is one of the advantages and helps food release as well. The edge steel shows through. It's got kind of a bead blasted faux Kusumi finish on it. And again, here's your polished spine. You can see the thickness down towards the turn at where the corner is towards the tip, and then the grind of the knife towards the tip. These are fairly thin at the edge, but not so thin they're going to get crazy thin and worry you so much. So this retains just a little bit of meat at the edge to balance out performance with a little bit of durability and some forgiveness. Let's take a look at it on our board. The edge profile is nice and smooth. It's pretty reminiscent of a Santoku style profile, and I don't know if I 100% agree with it, but in a lot of ways these kind of act a lot like a Santoku. The main difference, of course, is the tip. The tip thins out real nice for some detail work if you want, and they do definitely have a certain aesthetic about these that you don't get with any other style of blade with that hard corner at the top front of the knife. So there's your profile. Again, it's a short blade, so it's not a super flat profile, but kind of a medium curve to it. And these might make a really awesome line knife because they're short, flickable. They're all stainless except for just at the edge. They got great edge retention, and if you're in a tight spot for line knife use, you might really like something like this. I will say that the edge out of the box was okay. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. I definitely put my own edge on this, and so you might have to sharpen these out of the box. It's going to vary from knife to knife, but it takes a great edge and really likes to get sharp. So just a cool looking and nice performing knife, the Kurosaki AS or Aogami Super Bunka 165 millimeter knife.